What is good, everyone? OJ over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Today we have some incredible information for you guys from DLC data mining and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 that reveals some very interesting things, to Bandai Namco and what they're going to be doing with the Nintendo Switch. They're planning more original titles for release this summer and onward, and also Crash Bandicoot, the N Sane Trilogy on the Nintendo Switch, that got moved forward with a new release date. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Nintendo Switch. So I want to preface this by saying, guys, this is a spoiler alert. So if you have not beat the game, or if you have not experienced more of the game, you might want to skip over this part, or you might want to know about it. I just wanted to make sure that I got that warning out of the way, but it has been quite a number of months since the game has been released. So there you go, we're going to go ahead and talk about it at this point. So here is the rumor. So Xenoblade Chronicles 2 data mine reveals story DLC details, big news about new blades, and more. So data mining sometimes a hit or miss when it comes to some stuff, but there has been multiple games that have been data mined and then that information is unveiled, for example like Super Mario Odyssey. So here's the information due to some data miners who found out some stuff with Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So the information when it comes to DLC, it takes place during the Aegis War. The driver blade mechanic is now gone, so apparently that's going to happen in the DLC. Instead, you control characters like Adam, Mithra, Bridget, Minoth, Laura, etc. with direct control. They all have 7 arts. Characters like Adam, for example, can't upgrade their weapons with core chips. Blade data for Jin, Hayes, and seemingly Malos exist, so they could be potential rewards. Datamine confirms that the conduit is the Zohar, might be the reference to the shape though. So there's some more information that they give with basically extra data with that, so you guys can check that out if you want to. Now, as far as new blades go, players will supposedly be able to use Shulk and Fiora in Xenoblade Chronicles 2, both from the original Xenoblade Chronicles. Shulk has a Monado, of course, and one of his taunts is apparently, "I'm really feeling it." As always with these types of situations, until we get an official confirmation, it's not confirmed, but data mining has revealed some good stuff. So let's talk about this, guys, when it comes to this DLC. The Aegis War, perfect example of what would happen in terms of what people were thinking what DLC could be, whether it's going to be like a prequel to the story or it's going to be at the ending of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So based on this, it does seem like it is going to be a prequel. However, it doesn't clearly say that the DLC will be this in terms of this information with the prequel Aegis War. It could link both of them. It could link the Aegis War and it could also have afterwards, like a result of that. So it could be both. We really just don't know at this point. Now, personally, I would love to be able to go back and connect some of the dots, right? Because where's Adam? What's going on with him? Like, what's going on with all the different stuff? What's going on with Pyra and Mithra and everything like that? Like, how did all this come about? So I would love to see what happened during the Aegis War in terms of more information on that. Now, there are people that are saying, what about the ending? And yes, it would be cool to see what happens after that. But I mean, the Aegis War is just so hyped. So I kind of want to get into that too when it comes to DLC. And just keep this thing going, man. I would not mind a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 at all that picks up right where Xenoblade Chronicles 2 left off if this DLC doesn't cover everything. Now, in terms of Shulk and Fiora as DLC characters, that'd actually be pretty cool. Having Shulk in the game, I mean, I think that would be something that fans would just go crazy for. So I'd be completely down for Shulk being in the game and saying, I'm really feeling it. Although it would be kind of weird having Shulk as a blade, so he's behind you, and he says he uses the Monado. So that would just be weird, but at the same time, I mean, whatever. Maybe he'll be a playable character that you can actually have in your team too as well. Or maybe that they'll just get rid of the whole blade / character mechanic at all and just be able to use blades as the actual characters who are fighting too. So that could be something that they add in. I mean, they're doing some crazy stuff with Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so who knows what's going to happen. But either way, there's a reason why Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is the best-selling Xeno game from Monolith Soft ever, dating all the way back to their days when they made Xenogears and when they made Xenosaga 1 through 3. Even though the Nintendo Switch pretty much has the smallest install base for a Xeno game outside of Xenoblade Chronicles X, it's because this game is super hyped. This is the best one that they've produced, in my opinion, and it's just going to get better and better with this DLC. So if you haven't picked up Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet, make sure you go out there and pick it up. It's so good. It's so fantastic, man. I love this game. So what do you guys think about all this information? But please tag it with a spoiler, like say spoiler, and then say what you're going to say first, just so you don't ruin it for other people. That would be fantastic. All right, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, guys, moving on to the next story here. We're going to be talking about Bandai Namco and the support for the Nintendo Switch. They have stated they have more games coming. Also, we got sales numbers for Dragon Ball FighterZ and more. So let's go ahead and get into this here. So the information for Dragon Ball FighterZ, the game has reached 2.5 million units lifetime to date, while Tekken 7 has reached 2.8 million units lifetime to date. Now, games like Dark Souls 3 and Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 contributed to the total software sales in the third quarter, where they were expecting 2.09 million units of sales. Instead, they achieved 5.08 million units of software sales. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Nintendo Switch was a big help to that as well. The ratio of overseas digital software increased from 35% to 37%, so you have a little bit more people downloading the games as well. Now, they also mentioned a few IP under development: Soul Calibur 6, Ace Combat 7, Code Vein, which is handled by the God Eater team. They also talked about Tekken regarding esports. Now, let's get into the Nintendo Switch part here when it comes to Bandai Namco and what they said. They said for the Nintendo Switch that is becoming more popular worldwide, we are developing multiple original titles and will start releasing them from summer onwards. So let's talk about this a bit, because some people are saying, okay, well, does this mean completely new games and not ports for the Nintendo Switch? Or does this mean that they're going to be releasing original titles as in like ports, but with original things in there like HD Rumble and stuff like that? So here's what I think. I think that this translation that we did get here, I think that it was not necessarily like it was accurate, but it wasn't exactly what it was put out to say. I think Bandai Namco will be bringing some titles to the Switch, but I think that they're going to be ports with original features put into them. Joy-Con play, HD Rumble, things like that. I don't think Bandai Namco is going to have a bunch of like exclusive IPs or a bunch of IPs that they're making for the Switch and then port to PS4 and Xbox One. I think they're going to be PS4 and Xbox One ports coming over. Now, don't get me wrong, we could get a game or two when it comes to it. Like, we could get some stuff here or there, but I just don't think Bandai Namco is going to invest the resources to make completely original and IPs that people are going to buy on the Nintendo Switch by themselves, like by the boatload or anything like that. So some people are taking this as like, okay, we're going to get like a ton of Bandai Namco original IPs. Don't take it that way. I think it's going to be ports with original mechanics built into there for the Nintendo Switch. Single Joy-Con play, split Joy-Con play with someone else right then and there. You have stuff like HD Rumble, all that stuff built in, taking advantage of the portable play of the Nintendo Switch. Things like that, because they already did say that yes, they have ports planned and they also have resources put into new games as well. So I think it's going to be a mix, guys. Don't take it as completely original titles every single time all throughout the summer and onwards. Like, there's just going to be a bunch of original titles. I'm not taking it that way. I mean, they've done stuff like the Pac-Man Championship Edition, which was ported over. They've done stuff like Naruto Trilogy, which was ported over, which does have some HD Rumble functionality and things like that. So I think that's where they're leaning towards more so than completely original IPs or new ideas and things like that. Now, like I said, I don't want this to be confused with anything else. I do feel that there might be a game or two when it comes to that, but I think it's going to be more ports and resources put into that, which is fine by me. Dragon Ball FighterZ, that game still needs to come over. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, that game needs to come over as well. Shinobi Striker, that game can come over as well. Code Vein. There are a lot of ports that people want on the Nintendo Switch that are on PS4 and Xbox One, and they'll purchase it. I mean, look at Naruto Trilogy, not even physical, but digital only. That game is blazing up the eShop sales charts at the second spot right then and there, because it's fantastic value. So if they continue providing that type of value with ports and other games, people are going to buy. People love Bandai Namco stuff on the Nintendo Switch. Like, I think Bandai Namco doesn't understand that they probably have a more passionate fan base that are willing to buy their games in more like bulk and succession on the Nintendo Switch than they do on PS4 or Xbox One. And I'm just looking at that at pure ratios in terms of what like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is sold and the install base compared to that on the PS4 or the Xbox One. Like, there are a ton of passionate Bandai Namco fans, myself included, that are on the Nintendo Switch, that this is our main platform and we want to play games on this platform. So I'm thinking that they're realizing this and we're going to get those games, but we'll have to wait and see, right? We have to wait and see what they have for us. So summer and onwards, obviously E3 is coming up, Tokyo Game Show as well later in the year, so hopefully we see some cool stuff. So what do you guys think Bandai Namco has planned for the Nintendo Switch? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the last topic here, we do have Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy has been moved up. It's not releasing in July in the Octopath and Captain Toad week to Wolfenstein and Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana. So that's going to be a killer month, man. June 29th, that is just going to be big because like I said, Wolfenstein is coming out then and there, and also Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana, two big third-party games are coming, and now Crash Bandicoot is coming at that same point too, man. That is just absolutely insane. There is no shortage of games to play in June and July on the Nintendo Switch. Heck, this 3-month stretch is absolutely brutal for people's wallets. You're really gonna have to pick and see what you want because May is huge. Obviously, Donkey Kong just recently launched. People are buying that. Then we also have Hyrule Wars Definitive Edition. We got Street Fighter. We've got Fallen Legion. And there's more than that, too. There's other independent games as well. So May's big, then June's big as well, then July's also big. Crazy 3-month stretch when it comes to games across the board, not just with the Nintendo Switch, but just games in general. PS4, Xbox One, PC, a lot of titles coming out, but Crash Bandicoot being moved up is just another killer in June, man. So what do you guys think about this? Are you planning on picking up this one in June? Are you planning on picking up all the games that I talked about with Ys 8, Crash Bandicoot, Wolfenstein? I mean, does this make this easier for you or harder for you? But I do wonder, why did they move the game up? I mean, did they feel that maybe it wasn't a good release date with all the stuff that's coming out in July? Maybe they didn't want to go head to head with Nintendo exclusives, like with Project Octopath and also Captain Toad in that same week. That might be a little tough because of first party exclusives. Maybe it'd be better to group it with ports from third party games because some people have probably already purchased, for example, like Wolfenstein or Ys 8 on a different system, so Crash Bandicoot might have a better chance of selling. And that's what I'm thinking, is that they wanted to move it away from those Nintendo exclusives and get it into the same category as the third-party ports, you know? That makes more sense to me. So what do you guys think about this when it comes to Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy being moved up to June 29th? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming pages and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace.